Athletic. Watching Baines and Horford start out there together reminded me of the conference finals. And I remember that Kevin had a tough time in that series, and tonight he did. Is there something about that matchup or about the Celtics that would make it tough for Kevin?
I mean, I don't know about the matchup itself. I guess in any situation where you've had a certain matchup and it has worked for you, you go back to it. I thought, both Baines and Al Horford, they do play him tough, and they do a lot of switching, and I think the switching did kind of disrupt Kevin's his rhythm a little bit, because they have not only the size to strength the switch, but they also their perimeters are pretty strong and lengthy, and they've had success with us as far as switching, as far as both of those guys playing. Do make it tough, and yeah, I mean, you can't take anything away from them. That's just a defense that has worked for them, and Kevin just he didn't have it tonight. We tried to get him going with a few things. But he just could not. Get a rhythm, and he couldn't really maintain one.
What else do you take away from a game like this?
Well, I mean, nothing different than what we expected from playing against Boston. First of all, they're a physical team, and they're physical in every position, and they make it tough for you. Marcus Smart has always been kind of a thorn in our side because he plays the perimeter. He switches down low, and he fights down low. They take away a lot of your catches, which we pretty much expected. But just their physicality, I thought it wore us down. It wore us down, and as bad as I shouldn't say as bad as we were, but we had some rough stretches. But it really didn't get away from us until toward the end. So we were right there. We just couldn't make the plays that we had to. But again, it's their physicality that really it took a toll on us.
Anything else? Left side, Will.
Chris Manning, SB Nation. Considering this wasn't Kevin's best game, is there something positive you can take away from how the rest of the team continued to fight and almost came back against Boston?
Oh, without a doubt. That was one of the things that we talked about at halftime. With our group. Kevin had his struggles the first half, but yet we were only down 6 points coming in at halftime, and we felt we were in a good position because we hadn't played our best. We had not played our best, but we did have guys that were really scrapping and fighting. I thought Nick gave us a nice lift that first half, and Marquise came in and played some really good minutes. JC was JC. I thought Colin played a very solid game. He was attacking the rim, and he was making the right plays. So our guys were fighting. We were right there. You're right there, and like I said, it didn't get away from us until in that fourth quarter. We missed a couple of shots and had a couple of turnovers, and it went from like a 6-8 point game and went up quickly to like a 12-14 point game. And against a good team, you just have to you got to take care of the basketball. Your shot selections have to be the shots that you want, just one of those situations where we just couldn't get over the hump.
And with Nick, is there something where is he more comfortable now than he was at the beginning? He just seems like he's playing like a
Stauskas?
Yeah.
He looks much more comfortable, and I think I think with a guy like that, early when we got him, he was still trying to find his way, just trying to search and trying to understand what we were doing and trying to learn the plays. But he looks like he's past that now, and that he looks much more comfortable. And I've got to try to fight and try to get him more minutes. He deserved more minutes because he's been playing so well, and I've got to find a way to try to get him some more minutes these last 7 games that we have.
Anything else? All right. Thanks, guys.